Hello. In this series of understanding what is of characterizing software and software development and software engineering, I would like now to talk about what is software or software as a social system. So the first thing is just to read the concept of what is a social system. So from Wikipedia, we can read that a social system is the patterned series of interrelationships existing between individuals, groups, and institutions and forming a coherent whole. And it may come to your mind, what this has to do with software? And the best way probably to think about it is think about rockets and Facebook. Both are engineering products, right? So basically you develop them and people use them, right? But you know that some countries are trying to develop better rockets by copying the technology that others have already developed. And you know that it's just a question of time that they will eventually will be able to build that type of rockets with the quality, and so by copying they are able to achieve the same goals. They are to build the same product. So the final product is a rocket that probably with very few differences has the same qualities that another rocket that they use to copy it. Okay? Now let's think about Facebook. Suppose that the same countries try to copy Facebook and says, let's have our own Facebook. And they do good work, they copy it, okay? And afterwards, they just launch the system. And the question is, do they have Facebook? And as you may realize, well, that's not really. Why? Because the Facebook is not just the software. It's the way people use the software. So actually, software is a social system because software is not just the product by itself, but it's a lot the way it is used. Usually this is called the affordances. So is how people use, how people adapt their life and their behavior by using the system changes the system. Okay? And now we have the question, why is this relevant for a software engineer? Okay? So that is something that we need to think about, because it means that it's not just by having functionality in a system that makes it a product. So the final product is what we put in the system plus the ability of people using the system. Okay? And well, there's a lot of impacts here. I'm going to just tell you about one that is relevant today, is that by knowing this, maybe you as a software engineer, maybe you decide that it's much nicer to have incremental development. Why? Because look, by having incremental development, you just develop a little bit of your system, and this is a system. But it's not really the final system. The final system is the one that people are going to use. So you give this system to people to start using it. And now, during the second phase of your development, you know a little bit more about what is going to be the real system, the system that is really used by people. Why? Because you get the feedback from the use that the people are doing for the first release of the system. So you may say that incremental development that is become common in software development today is a consequence of knowing that software is a social system. But of course, there are other impacts on the discipline of software engineering. Okay? Okay. Thank you.